This microlecture under our Forest Soils and Hydrology module is going to cover very briefly a review of the major soil horizons that one finds when they dig a soil pit. Sometimes the different horizons are well defined and easily defined. Some types of soils in some areas in the U.S. Don't have all five that we're covering, but we still need to go over them. And the way you get soil horizons is basically through a change of the particular soils over time, through a number of different physical and chemical processes, including addition of new soils, loss of soils through erosion or leaching or other processes, or again physical or chemical altering of the soils in the layer, or within the particular profile, which gradually lead to the formation of distinct layers within that profile. And a profile is simply the section that's dug to view the different horizons. At the very top of a forest soil horizon, you typically have the O horizon, or the organic layer, which is made up of decayed or decaying plant and animal debris, including leaves, branches, roots, and kind of the loose stuff. It also includes some of that humus layer, and humus layer is organic material that you can't tell what it is anymore. The duff layer has that very distinguishable characteristics of what it is that's decomposing, whereas the humus layer is kind of undistinguishable organic matter. So those are the kind of the two layers involved in the O horizon. But for simplicity's sake, just know that top layer of organic material is called the O horizon. Right below the O horizon, you have the A horizon, which is what most people refer to as topsoil, and that's that mineral layer where the organic matter has accumulated over time. It does tend to be darker than the lower horizons, and over time, through rain and through leaching, the sand tends to stay in this area as the other materials leach out, and this is where a lot of the nutrients are stored in the soil, and you end up with a lot of plant growth and soil microbes and other soil biota in this particular area. The E horizon is just below the A horizon, and it's considered the zone of eluviation, which consists of a very leach soil. Most of the nutrients in this particular layer are gone, so the soil is rather light colored, and a lot of the types of soils or major soil orders that you see in the U.S. really don't have that E horizon, but you do see an E horizon in forest soils or under forests and sandy soils with a lot of rainfall. The B horizon is what's also referred to as the subsoil, which is called the zone of accumulation. This is where kind of everything, the area where everything ends up through eluviation. You do have a much lower organic content, as most of the organic content is in those upper layers, but you do end up with more clay. The smaller particles have kind of trickled down to this area. The A, E, and the B horizons make up the area where most of the root action and nutrient cycling and nutrient processes go on, and these zones contain the most plant roots. As you get into the C horizon, you're really not affected too much by the soil forming processes. The C horizon is usually made up of weathered bedrock that's just above that bedrock layer, which is called the R horizon. And while you might have some tree roots making it into the bedrock when you have very thin soil layers above it, in newer systems or in areas where you have bedrock really close to the surface, you can see some roots making it in, and thus some processes of weathering affecting it. But really the R horizon is kind of the last level of a soil profile.